We have so much to get to in our final trade of the day. Joining me now is Alan Nuckman of Agora Financial. Hello to you.
Good morning, Angie.
And let's take a look at your trader talk and this overall market.
My session thoughts are really the stock market's able to shake off everything. It's only focused on one thing, and that's earnings growth, and that's what we're in the midst of right now.
And your trades in review. Let's look at the trade tracker as far as Intel. How is that trade coming along?
Well, Intel, that option expired last week, but we did have the opportunity to salvage at a break even. As a trader, you've got to be really happy that you don't make any money, you don't lose any money, and you're able to scratch on the trade and look on at other opportunities. It didn't do what we wanted in our time frame. It did pop afterwards, but I'm very happy that we broke even.
Well, it's always nice when you do make money, which
Right.
happened in Coca-Cola.
Coke was a great trade. Now, Coke is a great example of the power of this weekly option strategy. Coke moved from $46 up to $47.25, and the option that we had, the 44 call, gained 50%. So small move in the market, big gain in the option. Yes, it did make new all-time highs yesterday, but still we got our piece out of it, a nice healthy profit. We move on to other trades.
How's your Apple trade doing?
Apple we got into last week. Now, Apple did make new all-time highs at 180 last Friday, but no follow-through just yet anyway. So we'll look to see. We've got the 175 calls. They expire Friday, so we still have a couple of days to see what that stock can do.
Right, you still have some time there.
Exactly.
And your WPI trade trigger for this week is Freeport-McMoRan, so another one of those basic materials related stocks.
Right, and we've talked about this a lot lately, how they've made this comeback. Now, this stock's got a lot of insiders action, so that's what we saw in the charts, and that was our indicator here. The trade trigger, this is a stock that's been trading between 18 and 20 for the last couple of weeks. So that target's 22 on the upside, which is a 10% move. A small move like that, actually that's a pretty healthy move, but is going to be amplified with this option. We're looking at the February 9th, $18 calls. This stock's around 1950-ish right now, just made some new highs, so let's see if we can get some follow through. But what we did here was, I bought an extra week of time. When I compared the February 2nd versus the February 9th, for an extra $10 or $15, buy more time, enough time to be right. That's my plan.
And your trading floor takeaway starts with Psychology 101, and there is definitely a Psychology 101 to this trading market.
Especially to what's been happening over the last couple of weeks. So you have got to balance acrophobia, the fear of heights. Everybody is so afraid because the markets are high, and FOMA, fear of missing out. So you've got to balance those two and have a trading plan, have a discipline, and be patient.
All right, number 2, Apple Byte.
Yeah, Apple's interesting in the fact that it hasn't broken through, and it had been trading between 165 and 175 before this little bump. Apple's only up 1% in the last month, whereas if you look at the NASDAQ's up 9%. So waiting for that to catch up. It does have earnings here in the beginning of February, so that could be a catalyst as we go in these days forward.
And then finally, DND.
Yeah, it's more important to focus on what the markets do not do sometimes. So last week, for example, when we saw all the concerns about the shutdown, you did not see a rally in gold or in the bond market. So there was no flight to quality. So that was a very bullish sign for stocks. And what happened? New rally, new all-time highs.
Well, thank you so much for your trader talk today.